So this worked out really nice. This is a very heavy load-bearing rucksack setup rig. I can't describe how heavy it is. It just really is heavy. I put this little assault pack on the outside. The very last thing I did was I got this general purpose strap, cinching it this way, up and down, from the bottom to the top, compression straps. All I did was toss this on top. Imagine you're wearing the backpack, you toss it on top. You have the two straps. Take the shoulder strap that goes across your chest, and I connected it underneath these two pieces of cordage. Those two pieces of cordage are just tied to the frame, and they can just dangle, and then you tie them up. The tent pulls out real easy, but those are just sitting on the frame. You toss the tent on there and tie those. Real simple. Toss that on top before the pad is there. You toss this on top after the tent is there. Like I said, you have the two straps. Pull them real tight all the way down, which you would not have them cinched that tight down when you're wearing them. You'd open it back up to put it on. You cinch them down, connect the chest strap underneath those two, and then this extra slack, the little piece, I just pull it up in the middle, and I cinched it here. So the compression strap is going through the handle of the small assault pack. It's not really, it's just kind of keeping it there. It's not really keeping its weight. Everything is like cinched together, combined, holding the weight. And then the other compression strap goes straight under the big pouch, so I can still have access to this big pouch. The water bladder also, water bladder bag can fit in there and you connect. So it would be a little bit smaller of a profile. It would be a little bit smaller of a profile, but if it was in the pocket, basically about that. So that's just attached to there, and you know, that compression strap goes over that pocket, so you still have access to everything, both the big and small compartment of this. And I was going to use this just for my consumables, my food sustainment pouch. And yeah, have my small thermarest. It's like a thin profile one. That is a beefy rig. The other thing I added to this was my baton. So simple, easy access, clearly obvious that I have something, you know, someone won't be able to grab that from me, because I'm not letting somebody get like 1 or 2 feet behind my back. It just isn't happening. I'm keeping my front-facing person toward everybody when walking around urban environments, if needed. Yeah, that would go on the bottom. You can imagine if that was trekking poles instead. So yeah, there you go. Peak all loaded up. And I don't like the frame too much, but I mean, I'm just not used to it because it flexes so much. The whole thing bends and flexes, but it's supposed to. I guess it's supposed to, and it's supposed to allow you more movement. I saw somebody in a video demonstrating it, and a normal frame would not be able to flex and allow the movement that he was doing. And it was pretty cool. So that's how it would be right there. I'm out here in this utility tent, and I threw together a couple shelves and a cot so I could film this. And then other than that, that's my hip belt, or you could like butt pack, but it's a hip pack, very versatile thing, and my charging bag. And if I had to, I could put that charging bag on top with the general purpose strap and another couple pieces of extra cordage I have if I needed to, or bungees. I have 2 bungees, extra ones, and that would be on my hip. This was a theoretical rig. I was going to use it, but it's extremely heavy, and I ended up messing with the gear and playing around with the planning of it and stuff, and then not doing it. And I spent 10 times more time packing it and configuring it and messing with it and fucking with it for hours and hours and hours and hours, and didn't even do the trip. But that's kind of that was part of the point. I didn't go because that's just what happened. I stayed in a different area and I used a different setup. I used a different bag. Quechua day pack. And I use this to haul water. Anyway. Yeah, so that's about that. And I'm going to reconfigure and unpack this whole thing. Also inside here, I took every single thing out, and the front compartment and the top compartment just has everything in a plastic shopping bag. So in here is just a plastic shopping bag, then my ditty bag and my first aid bag. So 3 compartment things. Everything is in there, and then the pack cover. I took everything out, so there's just the main big compartment after that and the 2 side ones. The other side one is all in a plastic bag as well, and this one has my coffee and gloves. So every single thing I took out, and in here then the only other thing is the care bag and that big duffel. That big duffel is stuffed, a big rectangle. Then there's that. I pulled the small pouch out because I had to use it, and my little whoopee. My umbrella is in here, but these and that and my pillow and the other bag, every single thing in the main compartment fit in that and my small utility duffel bag, which right there. So you could have that ultralight pack on your back, pull it out. I mean, it's a beefy little cube in there. It's a beefy little cube. It's a dense piece of material. So it's the whole thing, and then there's just that little side, and everything in the top, in there, in both sides, coffee container, all stuffed into here. So you could have theoretically that on your back, carry that, have the tent set up with that in it, or carry those 2 and have this on your back also if you wanted to, and that would be empty. So pretty cool.